Welcome to Board Game Empire. We're going to be showing you how to play and full playthrough of Cthulhu Gloom. So this is a really unique game. I think it's really cool the way the cards are transparent. I will say they are easy. They're really thin, so they would be easy to misplace. We've actually lost one of the family members between the time of practicing and playing, and we cannot find it anywhere. We'll find it when we're not looking for it. But each player starts with, they choose their family. They're a family of 5. It could be up to 4 players. You have a deck of events, modifiers, untimely deaths, and then there's 5 stories in the game, but you choose 2 of them by random, and you place them here. And each player is working towards getting one of the, claiming one of the stories because it adds points to the end of the game. For instance, this one, you have to have a family members that have 2 of the little star icons. And what that's meaning is right here over to the right, there'll be some icons.
Similar to this one.
Right.
It'll be a star one.
Yeah, they all have different icons, and what those are referring to things that are required to complete stories or gain extra points on certain cards. Like some cards will let you do free plays if you have a certain icon in your family or a certain icon on that character. So you're going to be modifying characters. So here's my 5 characters. This one, you're trying to make them as miserable as possible before they meet their untimely death. The person that has the most negative amount of points at the end of the game wins the game. So like this one modifies -15 and -15, and it has 2 icons on the right. So you could put that on any family member, but if you place another one on top of it, well, for instance, this one would stack, gives you 3 modifiers. And as you stack on top, try to find a negative one. Here's one that's +15. You can play cards on yourself or your opponent's characters. So you would want to play that on an opponent's character, or he may play it on me to cover up that -25. And now it's +15 for that one. There's also cards that allow you to remove modifiers. There's event cards that allow you to do that. But in the end, you're trying to have the most negative points. So this one, your draw limit, if you get this story, is increased by 1. You draw a card anytime you play an event. So it's a passive ability that's triggered, but it's worth -10 at the end of the game. So there's no requirement for this. Basically, it's just a -10. This one, your family has to have 2 of those magnifying glass icons on somewhere in your modifiers. It's worth -10 for each of your characters, living or dead. So living, they haven't met their untimely death yet, and I'll show you that in a minute. Your goal is to get them as negative as possible and then place an untimely death on top of it, so that locks in those points. I think there are cards that can modify some that are dead, but those are rare. Once they're dead, normally you've locked in your points. So this one, though, makes at least your living ones worth something, because they're basically not worth anything until they've met their untimely death. The way the game ends is when one player has all 5 of their players that are dead. And you cannot do an untimely death unless it has a negative value. You can't place one, because you can place untimely deaths on yourself or your opponent's families, but the rule is, unless there's a special event card, which I did see one, that you can play it on a card with any value, they have to have a negative value. And then it has to have this one, although it does have to have that little magnifying glass icon on it for it to be worth any points, living or dead. So let me show you the different types of cards really quick. So these are modifiers. Here's an event. Remove and discard an untimely death from a dead character, or use this to cancel an untimely death as it's played. So see, there's one, you can remove an untimely death. So you could really hurt your opponent by removing that if he's got one that has a lot of negative points. There's several event cards. Here's the untimely death. They all kind of look the same, and a lot of them are worth an additional -10 if your card has a certain type icon. Some of them allow you to... Oh, there's the character right there. We found him. We found the family member. He's... They're double-sided, so I thought that was the front. So, yay, we found him. But I didn't see how we would have lost it. Okay, so back to... And there's also, here's an event card. Your draw limit is, it's a modifier, but it also has, actually it's not, it's a modifier with, some of them have just flavor text, some of them have abilities. So this game has a lot that you can do within your cards. It allows you to manipulate your characters, your opponent's characters. So it's a really fun game, and it actually is fairly fast, I think. It probably takes longer with more players, but with 2 players, it's really fast. But I really love the little transparent cards.
And the first player is the oldest person closer to death.
No, that was a different game.
Oh.
So on this one, you just decide, I think, who's first.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I didn't tell you how you play. So there's 2, you basically do 2 plays. The untimely death card has to be played on your first play. So you can't play a card and then play that one. It has to be your first move. Your actions that you can choose from for your 2 plays, any 2, play a modifier, play an event, play an untimely death if it's your first move, claim a story, or you can totally discard your hand. You don't get any new cards until the end of your turn, so you wouldn't want to do that as your first play. But you can discard all your cards if they're just awful and you want different ones. But after you've played your 2 plays, then you draw back up to 5 cards. There are times when you will have more than 5 cards. You do not have to discard down, but you would need to... you would not be able to draw up to 5 cards until you have less than 5 cards. Because there's a lot of cards that have you taking cards from your opponents. There's all kinds of different actions you can do throughout this game based on what the card text says. And then as soon as they are cards that also allow you to do free plays, there's free plays that it'll say on there as a free play. And there's effect icons. The way you know when the card triggers, if it's immediate, it has this big black arrow. If it's in response to something, it's got the back arrow. If it's continuous, it's got a circle with an arrow through it. Or if it's persistent, it's got it's a continuous. And then of course the story icons, you don't really need to know the names of those, but it has the names on those as well. And of course winning is the person that has the most negative points at the end. So I think that's basically...
Yeah.
It will be showing you as we play. Okay, so who's going first?
You.
Okay, so I am going to play a modifier on Anthony, and this one is +10 and +15, so right off the bat.
What's it give me, though?
And he gets to whatever it says he needs to do.
Your draw limit is increased by 1 card.
So he gets to draw up to 6 cards at the end of his turn unless he covers that card up with another modifier. Because when you cover it up, the ability that's a continuous ability until it's covered. And then I'm also going to give myself a modifier that's negative, and I will draw back up to 5.
Okay, my turn?
Mm-hmm. You already claimed that?
Yeah. 2
Wow.
stars, 1, 2.
So he could potentially lose the story. You can only have one story.
Draw limit is increased by 1 card.
But if he loses the icons required to keep it, he could lose that story. And when you lose them, they just go back up here, or I could take it from him. But you can only have one story at a time.
So minus, I get 3. It's minus 7 now.
Wow. So my turn.
Mm-hmm.
So this one, the player to your right may use a modifier as a free play. So you're able to do a free play modifier.
Let me see that.
And this one, if character has, it does not. If it had the moon icon, I could choose one discarded event and add it to my hand. But I just basically made it have 3 negative modifiers. Did you do a free play modifier?
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to?
Oh, all right. Oh, your thing gives me a free play modifier?
Yeah.
So I could put any of my cards down?
A modifier, yeah. And that doesn't count as one of his actions.
All right.
Oh, and taking the story does not count as one of your actions, correct?
My turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's 1 play.
Actually, that does count as one of your actions. Did you have to action lift when you claim the story?
What's that?
That counts as an action. Claiming the story.
No. So let's see.
I mean, you can do it as you're playing now. If you want that to be your action.
Mm-mm. Well, that means I have 1 extra card.
Okay.
So you're going to have to choose one to discard.
So I need to discard on here.
Yep.
All modifiers on a living character. That stinks. That was a good one.
I know.
Okay.
So I go up to 6. I think. Well, let's see. Yep, 6. So I got that extra 1.
Okay. I'm going to play this modifier. And
You hear the little click clacking. It's our puppy walking around.
set aside your hand, draw 3 cards. You must use all 3 on your family if possible as free plays. Discard any you can't play. Nice. Okay, so has to be on my family though. So that one I'm definitely not going to use on my family. I'm going to play this one here. And draw and reveal 2 cards. If either are those symbols, discard them in your hand. If not, keep them all. Those have the symbols. Okay, this one is Untimely Death. I would have to play right now. I think I will actually play it. You can play Untimely Death as free plays. That's how you break that rule. So I locked in that negative 50 on that. And this one is the one I just played off of. So I am done.
Done?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So he put some positive scoring on me. My draw limit is increased by 1 card. If character, it does not. It doesn't have the right icon, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm going to play this on Anthony. Wow, you're all positive.
I'm a positive person.
Yeah. Okay. And you do not have to do all your plays. Yeah, you can make one or both or none. So I'm done. I'm just gonna draw. I don't really have anything I can do.
It's 1. That's this icon, right? This one right here.
Yeah, the moon.
Yeah.
Anthony played a negative modifier on his. What does it say he could do? Can only be played on a character with that. I think it's called the horror icon. No, that's the madness icon.
All right, your turn.
The moon. Do you draw all your cards you were supposed to draw?
Yep.
I need to draw. I forgot my hand limit's increased by 1.
Yeah, this game's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually, I have 2. So mine's 7. I need to draw a little more.
Each player may play a modifier with the little heart or the goblet on this character as a free play. I don't have any.
A heart or a goblet?
On this one as a free play if you want.
Nah.
You sure? Only if it's good.
Oh, you mean positive?
Okay, so in my next one, I'm just going to discard. Can you just discard 1 card? No, you have to discard your hand. I'm going to do that. My hand's not good.
My turn?
Yep.
Okay, so I close that character. Discard the modifier beneath this card.
Okay.
All right. 5. I get 6.
And you get to draw or discard 1 card from your hand.
Oh, actually, wait. This one's the wrong one. I can't do that one.
Was it your first play that you did? Had to be your
Yeah.
first play. Okay. That one you can draw or discard a card from your hand.
Actually, I don't do this one.
Did you have that one at the time?
Yeah. I only grabbed 1. Then my turn base I was up at 5, and I had additional 1.
Okay, and then we'll play this modifier. My draw limit's decreased by 1 card. So,
Trust me, it didn't.
did you draw or discard? Like that one said that I gave you.
Oh, I could discard one?
Or you can draw one.
Thinking about discard. I need better cards.
Well, if you draw one, that would give you more cards.
Yeah, but I have cards that I don't want.
I discarded my whole hand last time.
Yeah, I might do that.
But are you going to play anything?
Well, if you discard your whole hand, isn't that the action for the...
Then you're done.
Yeah.
Okay. You get 2 actions, though. You could have done something before you did that.
No.
You're not going to claim your
5,
story or any of that?
6. I'll have the...
Oh, you no longer have it.
Drawing this is 1. I got 6. Okay.
I'm going to play, Untimely Death on this one. Lock in those points. And he's trying to get his treats.
Okay. Okay, you're taking longer than needs to be.
Okay, I know which one I'm doing. Are you being naughty? Don't be naughty. Okay, so playing this modifier, and it says I may play a modifier with that moon icon as a free play, and I do have one. So I'm gonna play this one. My draw limit is okay. Good, I covered that on the other one up. It's decreased by 1 card, but I may keep any event cards used by other players. Wow, that's nice.
My turn?
So any event card you use, I get to keep them.
All right. That's 1.
Our pup has some treats that are visible, and he's trying his best to get to them. I can hear him.
2. So let's see. Discard your hand. Actually, I'm not doing that because you discard your hand first. Okay, so I'm doing this one first. Then I'm doing this one. Discard your hand. Don't draw back up this turn. Okay.
Okay.
So I don't draw back up.
Did you play an event card?
All
right. Your draw limit's increased by 1, but you can't play events. Of course, just mean. Okay. I can't play events either.
Okay.
I now have I can draw up to 5 again.
Okay. My turn is just drawing, and then it's Amanda's because
Why don't you have any cards?
it's a card previously.
Oh, well, that was handy.
Your turn.
That helped me. So this one's at 45 negative, so I want to lock that in. So I played my Untimely Death, and my card limits decreased by 1, so I can only draw 1 card.
Oh, actually, I should have 6. So this one, the card you gave me. Okay. Okay. Draw limits decreased by 1. Card limits decreased by 1, but no one could take cards from your hand.
I need to see what he's doing. Can't get him, baby. Trying his best. Here, you stay here with me. You stay here. My turn?
Yeah, I still need to draw, but I'm trying to figure out. See, decrease by 1, increase by 1, so I'm still at 5. All right.
So I'm gonna lock that in. Play my untimely death, and let's see. And I'm going to play a modifier on that one and draw 2.
My turn?
Mm-hmm.
Locking this one in.
I need to draw one more. We have 4 cards.
All right. So let's draw and reveal 2 cards if either has the moon or blank icon. Discard them in your hand. If not, keep them all. Draw and reveal 2 cards if either has the moon icon. Discard them in your hand. If not, keep them all. Yeah, this one doesn't have it. All right. Oh, back up to 5. Draw limits. Oh, actually 6.
I don't know what the says you can do, but
Draw 1 card from the hand of the player to your left and add it to your own. Okay. Pick one of yours. Actually, I'm grabbing this one.
okay. So I need to discard 2 cards. If character has a moon on it, discard 1 extra. I only have 2. So that's my 2 moons, and I need to draw 5 cards.
My turn? Put that one there.
Okay.
Character has moon.
Neither of us is claiming the stories.
Okay. I'm done.
Each of the other players may draw and keep 1 card from your hand.
My turn.
Or wait, did I only do 1 play? I'm done.
Put in this one.
Okay.
Your turn. You're milking that last one.
Let's see what. I think I've got you, so I'm going to go ahead and play.
It was a game of.
Oh, wait, not that one. Ooh. Actually, no.
Forget this. Does the game immediately end, or I get one extra turn?
It would immediately end, but I'm actually going to play this instead. So that one 0 outs all his points, and it met an untimely death. And I'm going to claim this story. That would be better for me.
My turn.
Yep.
Game ends.
Okay. Darn it. I was chancing it because I was going to do my untimely death next time, so it's going to be close.
Yep.
So now we tally up our... this one does not count for anything because it's still living. So what's worth? And you got to remember the text modifiers if it has the correct icons. 210.
210. Dang, 180.
Yes.
That was a close game.
So I was, this one would have been another 65 points.
Yeah.
I was chancing it. I was like, ooh. So when I saw I had that one that zeroed out your 30 points, and I got this, that was a 40-point swing.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh.
Yeah, this game is really good.
I like this game a lot. There's a lot to it as far as like a lot of take that and a lot of strategy, a lot of different things you can do with your cards. I love the transparent cards.
Yeah, a lot of counting.
Yeah, you don't really know who's going to win till the end because there's so many cards that even most of the time you're safe when you've had your untimely death on a character, but not always. Like I had a card where I could totally mess with him if I wanted to at one point. So it's a lot of fun, and it's so unique.
Yeah, it is.
In the components. Although I will say, we could not find that card because they are double-sided, so you could see how this one, it looks the same on both sides. So we kept missing it. We were convinced we looked everywhere. We thought it just slid it because they do slide very easily. I've noticed though as we play with them more, they're not as slippery, which is a good thing.
So why would you rate this?
Oh, I give this game a 9. Definitely.
Yeah, I
like it a lot.
I would give it 8.5. I really like it. It has a lot of take that, and there's so much strategy to this game. And you have to pretty much count the whole time. And you have to keep track of your hand limit. There's a lot of strategy to this game.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed with that.
And your score is always changing because you constantly have the opponent adding positives when you're doing negatives, and of course you're adjusting your own scores because when you place another one over that's higher or the stories, there's a lot to this game. It keeps you engaged.
Well, you have to keep you always have to keep track of everything. Mm-hmm. And you're trying to keep track of your opponent. Right. So it's like... Right. It's definitely
But it's simple enough to where you're not overwhelmed I mean, when he says you're keeping track of everything, it's not an overwhelming amount. It's just
But you might overlook something
right.
in the game that you're in your own deck or someone else's. But like even keeping track of your own deck, because there's so many effects and things going on that you just constantly have to keep track of.
Yeah. This game's been out for a while, like 11 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun game. It makes me want to play Gloom now. Isn't Gloom, is it similar?
Yeah.
I would love to play that game too, so.
Yeah.
But hopefully you enjoyed this video. We will put the link to this game in the description if you want to check it out for yourself. It's a great game. We had a lot of fun playing this game. Please give us a like. Feel free to leave any comments or feedback. We hope you're already subscribed, but if not, we would love it if you would subscribe to our channel and click that bell so you can get all of our, see when we put out new content. We do put out several new videos each week, so we're always covering different games, different styles of games, a lot of family games. We cover a lot of family games, but we also cover a lot of two-player games as well. Anthony and I just play two players a lot on games. So thank you again for watching, and we look forward to seeing you next time.